guys, I'm Aveline and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are decorating an apartment. This was actually supposed to go up Sunday, but I didn't manage to get it done in time because something actually came up. So I haven't been able to record the shell challenge winners yet either, but that video will be going up sometime this week, so don't worry about that. But yeah, Sunday was a little bit weird. And then yesterday I woke up with vertigo and was feeling dizzy for the rest of the day. And I ended up walking into a lamp. So now my right eye is a little bit swollen. And I'm a little bit annoyed about that. But I'll get around to recording the shell challenge at some point. I think tomorrow will be a good day, so it'll probably be up on Thursday or Friday, something like that. So if you're waiting for that video, it will be going up this week. I'm just not gonna promise you it's going up on a certain day, if that makes some sort of sense. But today we are decorating this apartment. So this is in Spice District. I don't remember the address. It probably says 17 Culpepper House up in the upper left corner, but my screen is so small right now I can't really see it. But it's up in the upper left corner, so if you're curious about that, it should say. But also, if your the screen that you're watching this video on, is too small for you to read it, you can also scroll down in the description, because I always leave information about the builds that I'm doing in the description. So both the address, if it's apartments at least, and also the price of the apartment / house and how many bedrooms are in the apartment or houses, and all that kind of stuff. So if you're curious about any of that, you can also read it in the description. So this apartment, I really wanted to build or decorate something that looked a little bit run down and kind of cheap as well. It's not cheap in game because I didn't build this on a budget. It's definitely not anything close to a starter apartment. I think luckily when it comes to apartments, the rent doesn't go up as far as I've been told, but you may have to pay a little bit extra to actually move in. However, you just have to cheat once then, and then rent will be fine because it's the same, it's a fixed rent every, is it week or is it monthly? I think it might be week because we don't have months in The Sims. So you should be fine. The rent should be a fixed rate every week, so it should be possible to play in this apartment without any issues. The same counts for all the other apartments, I think, except from penthouses, but I'm not entirely sure about that one, to be honest. But I just wanted to build something that looked very run down and I don't want to say disgusting because it's not dirty in here in this apartment, but it's very run down. It's cracked walls and all that stuff, so that's what we're going for today. Something different because I've been building a lot of sort of cutesy kind of interiors, or interiors that may have looked a little bit pricier, expensive, so for richer families or richer households. So I wanted to build something different or decorate something different, and that is what we're doing today. I will be building some of the more requested builds or suggested builds later this week, so you can look forward to that. I'm talking to you guys who have been requesting a sorority house every single video. It is coming up at some point this week. I'm really planning to do that because that is right up my alley, interior just for girls. Yes, that is what I want to do. So that'll be coming up at some point this week. And I'll also be doing my own shell challenge, of course. So you should keep an eye out on the community tab if you got any questions, because I'll be doing a Q&A with the face cam for that video as well. Just wanted to put that out there. But my point was, there'll be more colorful and kind of cutesy interiors coming your way later this week, just not today. Today we're doing something that's very different from what I built a couple of days ago. When was the teen girl loft? Was that Friday? This is basically the complete opposite of that build, so I was having a lot of fun with this. It's always fun to do something that's a little bit different from the sort of styles that you tend to stick to. So yeah, I was having a lot of fun with this one. I really enjoyed decorating it, and I hope you guys like it. We are using a lot of mismatched furniture today. We're not going for any specific kind of color scheme. It's not as far as I'm aware. I might have done it subconsciously, but I didn't do it on purpose. So I hope I managed, but I am aware that I used a fair amount of both green and yellow. I don't really know why I stuck to those colors, but it's not because I'm trying to coordinate colors or anything like that. We're just, yeah, I don't know why. I just used a lot of that, so that happened. But as you can see in here, this is the parents' bedroom, by the way. Oh, I forgot to say, this apartment is for 2 parents and also a teen. If you put some toys in the teen's room, it could also be for a kid. So I do want to point that out. Like, you could easily customize it so it suits a kid instead of a teen. But I'm saying it's for a teen because there are no toys in there, so I think that would be a little bit weird. Anyways. But yeah, in here we got the parents' bedroom. I did end up using quite a lot of clutter on this hallway table, and some of it does look a little bit fancier. I used some of the base vases, I don't really know, whatever, that came with Island Living, and they do look a little bit, like, they're a little bit on the prettier side, so, but I really wanted to use a lot of, I wanted there to be a lot of clutter, a lot of stuff on that hallway table. They also have a lot of paintings and pictures above their bed. And I think somewhere in the apartment, I also ended up using quite a lot of plants actually. So it's not cheap because they don't have things. It's just, it looks a little bit cheaper than my usual builds, basically. I mean, I should hope that if you find an apartment like this in real life, where the walls are so cracked and the flooring looks older as well. I used this one, which was from, or is from Jungle Adventure. It's actually one of my favorite floorings because it's so detailed. I love the texture of it, but because it's so rustic and I don't know, there's just something about it. I thought it would fit this apartment, but I feel like if you found an apartment like this with cracked walls and stuff in real life, I sure hope that it would be a little bit cheaper than an apartment with, you know, new walls and stuff. So that's also got something to do with the cheap factor. So it's not a cheap apartment because they don't have stuff. It's a cheap apartment because the apartment itself is old and not taken care of, and also the furniture they have is not the most luxurious and newer looking furniture. You saw the couch that I used in the living room as well, along with the chairs around the dining table that are mismatched and kind of look like they could be on the cheaper side too. So that's basically the vibe that we're going for. And yeah, they still have a lot of stuff, obviously, because I need to clutter up my homes, and you can't clutter up homes or houses or whatever without stuff. So yeah, in here, the hallway, we have a lot of plants, or put down a lot of plants like I said before. I also used quite a lot of candles, I feel, and I think it's because I was kind of thinking that candles are a little bit cheaper than lamps, as far as I'm aware at least. I'm currently decorating my apartment, so in Denmark at least, lamps are much more pricey compared to candles. So I figured it would make sense for them to have a lot of candles around if they can't afford lamps and stuff like that. For some reason, I also decided to put a gnome here in the hallway. I don't ever use gnomes. I used them in Saturday's build, and that's the first build in like, I don't even know, like half a year or something like that I've used gnomes in, or I've decorated with gnomes for, whatever, you guys get what I mean. But I was just really in the mood to put a gnome here in this hallway, or in this apartment, because I felt like that would be the most random thing to have. And I decided to go for the Grim Reaper one because that's extra random. Like, why would you have a gnome that's dressed up like the Grim Reaper? That makes no sense. But I thought it would be cute, so I ended up putting it on this stool right here in the hallway. And yeah, now they just have, I mean, it's a little bit scary too because it's a Grim Reaper gnome, but at the same time, it's also kind of adorable. I don't really know what's going on there, but it's there and they have it, and that's that. So I also tried to find as much wall decor as I could that didn't look too expensive too. So we have these pictures. I think they're from Get to Work, but I could be wrong about that. And there's something hanging above the closet or the wardrobe in the hallway too. It's like a plate with something written on it. I don't remember where it's from, but I was just trying to find a lot of wall decor so that the walls wouldn't look completely empty, because I was also trying to go for, you've probably noticed by now, but I was also trying to go for a very messy kind of feel to this apartment. So I just wanted there to be stuff and decor and candles and more stuff just everywhere on the walls and on the floor. and on the tables and stuff. So they just have a lot of things and it's very messy. It looks kind of, again, it's not a dirty apartment. It's definitely not. I don't even think it's one of the TLC apartments in Spice District, but it's definitely, it could need a tender loving hand or something to fix those cracks in the walls, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, if you download this apartment and you ended up renovating it, like I did the messiest family home a couple of months ago and I put it on the gallery, and then I said to you guys that if you wanted to, you could redecorate the house. So maybe renovate it, make it look a little bit nicer because it was just a huge mess. You could do the same with this apartment if you feel like it. So I would actually love to see some pictures of that if you end up doing that, but it still has to have sort of the same vibe. It just has to be cleaner and less messy and just a slight upgrade of what it is. That would be kind of fun. Which actually reminds me that it's been requested or suggested a couple of times if I could do like subscriber home renovations or something like that. If that's something you want to see, please let me know, because we could do something like that so that you guys build a house and I need to renovate it or, I don't know, redecorate it or something like that. Yeah, let me know if that's something you want to see, because it's definitely been suggested quite a lot of times by now. So I'm curious if that's something that you want to see in general or if it's just a couple of people. So for the bathroom here, I did try to make it look a little bit different from my usual bathrooms. I'm kind of in the phase where I want to get better at building again, and I don't really, bathrooms has always been or have always been a bit of an issue to me because I just don't care enough about them. But I was trying to do something a little bit different because obviously it also had to fit the rest of the house. So it looks very dark. I did use one of the glass wall dividers that came with Discover University to close off the bathroom, and they also have the open shower that we also got with Discover University. I figured that would fit this apartment too, because I feel like closed off, like proper closed off showers are kind of a more luxurious thing to have when it comes to apartments, at least here in the city that I live in. It is, I mean, I have it myself. A lot of the newer apartments have closed off showers, but if you look at older apartments, they'll often have like, you can find lots of apartments in Copenhagen where the shower is above the toilet. So like I know for a fact that my sister lived in an apartment at some point where the shower was above the toilet. So that's why I'm thinking like older apartments have open showers, whereas newer, more luxurious apartments have closed off showers. So this apartment needed one that was a little bit more open, but I did decide to close it off with the glass wall divider because we don't have any shower curtains, like loose shower curtains. So I could have used the curtain or the wall divider that came with City Living, but it still doesn't fully look like a shower curtain. So anyways, moving on, we have started with the teens bedroom. I did find a little clutter piece or a small clutter piece that I wanted to be in the kitchen, so I just quickly swapped over. But do you guys do that too? Like you go through the catalog and suddenly you come across something that you kind of forgot existed but would fit perfectly into your build, so you have to go back to the kitchen and place it there, because I do that all the time. I think a lot of the time I do end up cutting it out of the video, but not today though. But yeah, it's something that I do quite often actually, because I can't remember every single piece we have in the game. Like we have so many items by now. If you got all the packs, you have so many items. Even if you don't have all the packs, but like most of the expansion packs, you still have so many items. So there's no way that I could possibly remember every single one. But yeah, anyways, I had a lot of fun with the teens room here. I kind of wanted to give it a little bit more of a rougher feel. I did combine a few furniture pieces over on the left side of the room right now where the desk is. So I took one of the bookcases from Discover University, I duplicated it, and then I put it on both sides of the desk from City Living, and it kind of went well together. There was a small space above the desk that I had to fill out with something, so I was trying with a cabinet, but it was kind of cutting into the desk, so I ended up using one of the inside tables from Discover University too. So they have their own little desk unit over in the corner where they can sit and work. I also think I gave them a laptop actually, so that is a little bit luxurious for it, or a little bit of luxury for the teen, but it could still be a very cheap laptop that they found used or something. I don't really know, but yeah, that's about it for today. So if you guys like this apartment, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!
I want to be silly, baby, dance the night away. I'll kick my shoes off if I want. Let yourself be free and maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty. Honey, let's just face it, you can do better. Let me show you